All right. I wanted to say thanks so much. I know that many of you are super busy and we kind of just decided to pull this pretty last minute. I was talking with some of the team members and they just really expressed their want and need for us to go back to doing a little bit more of our own team Zooms. We have a super large team and it's just one of those, we kind of want to focus on some of our own things, and not that we don't want to, be on the other Zooms as well, but I will try to sporadically make sure that they are on different weeks, so you're not having 3 different events in one week and trying to be on too many Zooms. And, of course, the night that I try to pick, then, Melissa Darby's one is right after this. So, we will do the best that we can with this. So the first thing, if you saw, first of all, I want to just tell you, I've been a little silent, I will say, for probably the last 6 weeks, just dealing with some personal things. So nothing major, but I'm feeling in a really good spot. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that happens at times in life, and sometimes you have to take a step back to kind of reevaluate. So that's where the whole kind of goal setting came out. I lost track of setting my own goals, and when I don't set my own goals and I don't make those vocal, they don't happen, like 100%. If I don't make a grocery list, I don't go get groceries. It's that same thing. If I don't sit down and go, okay, what meals am I going to cook? Do I have the ingredients for it? And actually take those steps to make sure that happens, like it's not going to happen. And then I'm scatterbrained and I'm rushing around and I'm crazy. And so that's why I really wanted to start with goal setting, because I know how much I needed that for myself. And I just feel like it's a great thing to just reiterate. So with goal setting, you guys saw my post, I'm sure. But if you don't goal set, you don't know where you were and where you want to be. So you think about it in your daily life. I have to have goals at the gym. Like, I have a trainer now. She has goals for me. Well, she asks me my own goals, but then she throws in her goals for me as well. So I have goals there. At my teaching job, I have a personal goal, I have a professional goal, and I am checked in with that all the time. I had to have action steps of actually how that's going to play out. So in life, I just feel like if you don't set goals, then you're just kind of spinning your wheels. And all of us that have set goals and have attained them, what that feels like when you achieve that goal. So that's what I want to do this month. So I was looking for the picture that I posted earlier, but what I wanted to do this month was, I want you to set your goals. I want you to really sit down and think about, if it's a certain rank goal, or whether it's a certain PV goal, or whether it's you want to add so many customers, or you have so many points you want to get for convention, or maybe you just want to get back in the groove like I do. Like, that's my biggest thing. I need to get back in the groove. I need to set my IPA and get that going again. And I'll be fully honest, it was horrible for like the last 6 weeks. So, how do you get that back going again and building those relationships? So whatever your goals are, you need to write down exactly what you want to accomplish, and then if you have, for me, I feel like I have 10 million things I want to set for a goal, but I need to pick that one thing that I really want to work towards, or the 2 things I really want to work towards. And then you need to think about what that will look like and what that will feel like when you achieve that. I mean, you guys know Emerald is on my radar. It's definitely on my radar by July. What would that feel like for me to actually hit that? Oh my gosh, like it just, I can't even hardly think about it, because the excitement that I feel when I even just say that or think about the fact of actually achieving that, the fact that I will have the opportunity to make a decision to stay home if I want to, a dream that I've had my whole entire life since I've had kids and stuff. So I just, visualize that stuff. It's super important. And then visualize what it looks like if you don't achieve that. I think that's a really big piece. And I feel like I've been living that, I've been living what it's like to not achieve. And that's, part of in my personal aspect of where I kind of went, is that the bubble got burst really bad. And then I stopped visualizing what that would be like if I were to achieve my goals. And so when you get in a spot like that, it's not good. It's good to visualize what it would feel like if you failed, but you have to pick yourself up and keep going too. So all right, so with that, I want to set a challenge for all of you. So I'm gonna roll it out, but I'm gonna kind of just tell you what that's gonna involve. So I want you to make a graphic. You can use PicCollage or WordSwag or whatever you want, and put on there what your top 1 or 2 goals are. I don't need to know if you have, 5 different goals or whatever you have. Pick your top 1 or 2 goals. If you want to have 3 goals, that's fine. Whatever your goals are for this month, I want you to put on a graphic and I want you to send that to me. Okay. Or send that to your upline, whatever you choose. And then each of you is going to get something that does this. And then at the end of the month, I want you to resend that graphic with check marks next to the things that you accomplished that you said you wanted to accomplish. And then I'm going to give away a couple of Goal Digger shirts. I thought of this because I have one. It's pink and it says Goal Digger on it. And it makes me feel empowered, like when I wear it. It's like, yeah, I'm going to goal dig. I want to go after those goals and get after it. So I really wanted to do that with this month and goal setting. So I'm really excited about that. And obviously I'm not going to have those shirts made until I know who has won and your size and those things. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it to Ashley. She's going to talk about consistency in business. And I will tell you that I asked her to talk about this because I admire her. She is one of the most consistent people I know, and I am not. That is not a good thing for me. I want to be more like she is and I've picked her brain about what do you do and all these things. So I'm going to turn it over to her to talk about consistency.
Well, thanks, Shannon. I try really hard to be consistent. I know the importance of it. Obviously, we all have our days, our weeks where necessarily we might not be as consistent as we want, but I do, especially with my follow-ups. Like I kind of become like OCD about my follow-ups. So, but consistency really is key in making sure that you're going to be successful. It's how, think about it like this. If you work it like a hobby, you've heard this before, you're going to get paid like it's a hobby. So if you picture this is your job, and think about if you're going to an office and you want those promotions and you want those bonuses, you're not going to get it by like showing up at 9 some days, maybe like 10, maybe this day you'll get there at 6. Like, no, that's not going to work. If you want this to be like your income in your job, you've got to work it that way. So that's a good way to think about it. Another thing is like, really, there's no excuses, because we're lucky enough that Plexus allows us to really work on the go, whether it's, on your cell phone or like for me today, I was in the car for 3.5 hours. So obviously I couldn't really be doing IPA because that's not safe, but I was able to turn the radio off, and I got YouTube up, and I listened to training videos and personal growth videos for an hour and a half of my drive. So you really can be working and consistently be working on yourself and your business every single day. So kind of what does that look like? You're going to hear on different videos and from all the different leaders, so many different things. Like some people are saying, oh, reach out to 5 people a day, reach out to 10 people a day, hit 50 people a week. And, like sometimes you hear that and it just becomes overwhelming and then you just do nothing. So one way that is fairly simple, basic, attainable is like 3, 2, 1. So that's daily. You need to be posting daily. And you don't want to be like vomiting Facebook or with like Plexus Plus, because that's going to turn people off. It's going to seem salesy. So you need to be consistent in posting. But the 3 is 3 posts a day. 2 of those should be personal, whether it's something about you, your family, your kids, your dog, whatever, something inspirational, a quote, or whatever inspires you, something you're reading. And then 1 should really be health related. They can say Plexus, they cannot say Plexus, but it needs to be like health related, because you have to remember like you're your brand. So people are watching you and people are paying attention to the kind of things you're posting. So you want to make sure that you're posting regularly. You're posting like happy things, upbeat things. You're not like down and negative and ripping people apart on Facebook, because that's just not going to work, or Instagram, or whatever you do. And then the 2 is reach outs. You should really be reaching out to 2 people a day. New people preferably, but you're also going to be, doing some relationship building. And then at least 1 follow-up a day. So that's some pretty those are lower numbers, but they're definitely attainable. They're not overwhelming. It's something that you can do on a daily basis to be consistent. Another thing that I have been printing off from the back office is the Plexus IPA sheet. It has a list of all the things you can do throughout the day. And that's another really good way to stay consistent, because you kind of check as you go along, and then, all right, I've done my IPA for the day. I've done my follow-ups, all that stuff. So that's a good way to stay consistent. another one, like it's important to also be consistent and have yourself seen on a daily basis, because as your team grows and as time goes on, like attrition's going to kick in. You're going to start losing people. I'm kind of getting to my 1 year mark, and I'm starting to think like, oh gosh, like are my people going to start falling off? And so I feel like one way to really kind of beat that is by being consistent and consistently adding people to your team and consistently getting new preferred customers. And just because somebody upgrades to wholesale or somebody joins wholesale, like you can't just cut those people off like, all right, cool, got them, like throw them on the back burner. You still need to make sure you're maintaining those relationships and nurturing those relationships, because otherwise those people are going to fall off. You are going to have that attrition. So you do need to be consistent in that. So consistency is going to be important in helping your PV grow. So that's going to be higher paychecks. It's going to be retaining those new people, your current preferred customers and your wholesalers, your ambassadors, and then obviously adding new. So if you can be consistent with that, I feel like you're really going to grow in the business. So that's what I've got for consistency. Can't hear you, Shannon.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. I wrote down some great things, and I want to post some IPA sheets too, because there's actually quite a few posts out there. And I love how you talked about just being, like you have to decide what looks consistent for you. I love that not everybody can handle, you have to do what you can handle. So thanks. Awesome tips. I love that. All right. I'm going to pass it to Miss Keeley. She's going to talk about in-person events.
Hi, everybody. I'm Keeley, if you don't know me, but I just wanted to talk about in-person events today. And the important part of understanding an in-person event is to not let it discourage you or intimidate you. These can be as small as you want. So if you want to meet 2 people at a coffee shop, or if you want to meet 12 people at a sip and see at your house, at somebody else's house. We have been doing these sip and sees all over. So I know that in Byron, you guys do them a lot at Arrow once a month, and that we've done them at the library. The library was a really nice place that we did a sip and see, and it was free. And it was just nice to like sit down with everybody. We had a PowerPoint, but at that time, like you decide, who are you teaching? Who are you trying to get to understand how these products are going to benefit them? So we had a PowerPoint, but a lot of times you don't need a PowerPoint. Just go through your catalog. Sheila and Aletha, they hosted a sip and see in February. It was very successful. They did amazing. Sheila had her house set up in the basement where we had mimosas and Bloody Marys, which is always a bonus to pull people in. And so we just kind of sat down with all of them and went through all the products that are in the catalog. We talked about how they could benefit from it. And then at the end, it was nice because they got to ask us a lot of questions. And since Aletha, Sheila, and I had all been taking the products consistently, we have had answers for them. Any concerns that they had, they knew that they could reach out to any of us. If one of them connected with another better than the other, whoever hosted, they still had that resource that they could connect with us. But it was really amazing because Sheila and Aletha signed 3 people. Every person that came, it was 4 people were there, and there was a couple there. So all of them signed up. They all ordered, and it was amazing. We were able to go through how to take the triplex, and that they could understand, that it's not just here, take these products, but this is what you're going to go through and the changes. And it's important for you to set up your expectations for people when they're on, especially like the triplex. So they know that there's that possibility of die-off. And it's just nice to do that face-to-face with somebody, because then they feel and hear your passion that you have. And they know that you're not just here to sell this business. You're here to share these products because they've changed your life, and they hopefully will change somebody else's life. So I want to do a challenge to you guys on the Believe in the Plexus stream. And I want everyone on this team to host a sip and see this month, whether it's you and 2 friends at a coffee shop, or if it's you and 12 people at your house. I want you to take a picture of it and send it to me. And then everybody who does do the sip and see, I will put in for a drawing for some free Plexus swag. And what a better way to advertise your brand and yourself than with some Plexus products to be wearing. But the other thing that you need to remember is these can be intimidating, but they make you do the research. They make you look up the products because you don't want to show up at a sip and see and not know what you're talking about. So use your resources, use the back office, use your upline, use your downlines, use your sidelines. Ask these people, go through, like, our web pages have so much information about the triplex. Anybody on this team is willing to help out another, and that's why we are one Plexus. So know that anytime you need information, anybody on this team is willing to help because we all want to see each other build each other up and go up. And once you step out of your comfort zone, you will notice that you will grow. You will become stronger and more confident with talking with the products once you've talked with other people about these products. So as Shannon has said in the past, you show up, you go up. So step out of your comfort zone, and everybody I want to see do a sip and see. I want to do like a post, and so that you can comment of what date your sip and see is going to be. And then once you've done it, then I want to see a little picture or something that you've done from your sip and see, and we'll put you in a drawing at the end of the month. All right. Thanks, Shannon.
Thanks. And the one that we do at Arrow does not count unless you take the lead on doing it. so I'm just going to throw that out there, and you have to have somebody that comes. So that's kind of the stipulation with the whole Arrow thing. So awesome. All right, Ashley, were you going to talk about the 7-day challenge? Okay. All right. Last thing, we're just going to talk about the 7-day challenge that's coming up so that you can kind of just have some ideas of when people need to order by and stuff like that. So
all right, so the 7-day challenge, it's going to be starting April 16th. Obviously running for a week. It's all on Facebook. You're going to want to make sure, oh, can we turn the light back on, Mom? Sorry, I'm at my mom's house visiting, but I think she just turned all the lights off on me. So you're going to want to make sure that people are getting their orders in like now and in the next week. Probably no later than the 12th, I would guess, if they're going to be ordering it on the site themselves. There's other options you can do. If it's somebody that's local, instead of them, signing on, spending the $25 and then paying for the shipping and all that, you can just drop off a sample from your own. I know Shannon has a little graphic that you could print, attach. So that's one way to do it. Otherwise, you can go on yourself, order a bunch of the 7-day trials, and you can ship those out to people that are interested. Again, saving them a little bit of that money. What was that? Someone? No? Okay. So let's see. What else did I have? Tracy's going to make a graphic. She's going to get it out in the next couple of days. But it's, if you've never done a 7-day challenge, they're really, really a great way for people to try the product. Some people get intimidated by ordering a month's worth of the product. So, having them just have to do the 7 days, not committing to a full month. I've noticed a lot more people are open to that. So they'll at least get the taste. Some people aren't going to notice anything in those 7 days. Some people might, but everyone's different. So, but at least they're going to know what the flavor is going to be like, which is something that's important to some people. So, we're going to focus on the pink drink and your water. But then it's also going to be extremely educational. And I know sometimes there's giveaways or prizes. Just from my experience, I've gained a lot of preferred customers. And I even have this one girl that I just met her online through one of the groups that I'm on. I offered her the 7-day trial. She took it. She won a prize during the week, and she's signing up wholesale next month. So it's definitely worth promoting and having people joining us in it because they're going to learn a lot and they're going to get that taste for the product, and hopefully, they'll feel the support from everybody on the page.
Awesome. Thanks. Yeah, I just want to throw one other thing in there about the 7-day challenge. Be upfront with your people about it. Like Ashley said, they are really successful, but you have to be upfront with them that they might not know change. They might not feel any changes in 7 days. They're going to get the idea. They're going to learn a lot. It took 2 weeks before I really noticed an increase in energy for me. Some people, it takes 30 days. So just be upfront with them and then check in with them periodically. I know that personal experience, I've had a lot more success when I am like dating the person who is in the 7-day challenge. You know, like you're reminding them, hey, do you have your pink drink set out for tomorrow morning? We're starting tomorrow morning. And then, you know, day one, what did you know, checking with them. Hey, what did you think? What did you think of the taste of it? You know, don't forget to set it out tonight. You know, just kind of like, you're not being annoying, you're wanting them to be successful. Like there's a difference, because let's face it, when we all started with these products, I literally had to set it next to my nightstand to remember to take it, because it's not a habit. It's not something that I was thinking of on a daily basis. So just know that there's a difference between being annoying and being helpful for their health. You know, they decided to do this for a reason. So I just want to say thanks to Ashley and Keely for helping out tonight. We kind of just threw this together. Just felt it was really important. So be looking. We're going to be doing more of these. I'm going to be asking people to be speaking, so it's not me. We have an amazing team, you guys, and I feel like we've joined teams, which is great, and we've become one, but I also feel like we've kind of, we lost our ability to be kind of together too. And I don't like that. And after some of you expressed your feelings of that, it made me realize that I'm not the only one that kind of felt that way. So if you have ideas or things that you want to do, don't hesitate to get those out to us, and know that, if there's a week where there are 3 Zooms, you pick and choose which ones you want to be on. And hopefully you'll pick this one. Just throw that out there. So, all right, I am feeling great. I'm back, full bore. I know I've been silent, like I said, for a while. I had, some people have obviously noticed. So just want you to know that things are good, back on track and ready to plow through. So it happens. It's okay. You just get yourself back going, and we have an amazing team that has really helped keep me going and get it back in the right direction. So just want to say thanks, and I am really looking forward to what the next few months have to bring. So, all right, have an awesome night, and hop on the Melissa Darby one if you want. I put a picture of the Zoom link in there. So, all right, see ya.